Pleasant good morning to all. My name is Jada Blah, and I am the General Secretary of Nationwide Organization of We the People, which is the reason we are all here this morning. We are here to launch our campaign 2020, and we are here to launch it in a community that is very dear to our heart. We would like to say a special good morning to those members of Beetham Gardens and all constituents in Laventille West communities. To begin this morning's proceedings, I would like to hand over to our chairperson, John Borley, who will make a short speech on our behalf.
Good morning, everyone. My name is John Borley. I've worked in agricultural development for most of my career, and I'm probably best known for my work with the Trinidad and Tobago dairy goat farmers, and I formed an organization called the TTGSS, the Trinidad and Tobago Goat and Sheep Society. I'd actually studied the sector when I was doing my MSc at the university. And what I found was a group of proud, individualistic, backyard farmers who really didn't spend much time interacting with each other. And what we did is we managed to marry a little creativity with a little organization and with a little opportunity, with a little help from a lot of people. When I moved on a couple of years ago, we had made a huge impact on the local meat and milk sector. And we now have a number of farmers supplying goat milk on a consistent basis to formal markets in Massey, True Value, and others. Now, I knew Kirk as a former schoolmate, as a former Fet Match football team member, but he was also a bit of a hero of mine. I watched in admiration as he consistently and persistently fought for road safety with Arrive Alive. And I don't know how many of you would remember the dual countdown that used to headline the newspapers as road fatality and murder rates competed with each other and dominated the news. No one really talks about road fatality now. I watched in admiration too as he transitioned fixing TNT and targeted corruption. I don't know how many of you also know that he runs a very successful business that at times may seek government business. I don't know if any of you realize that any business seeking government business, contracts and so on, would probably turn and balk at the idea of compromising an opportunity for profit for the sake of public good. They'd probably turn their eyes the other way for things that don't concern them. Not Kirk. He has stood on principle at his own expense, uncompromisingly. And it was late last year, in this light, that I had actually called Kirk up for advice on setting up an agricultural think tank. He told me he was setting up now, as it was the only way to really make a difference. And if I would instead help him lead the development of agricultural policy in this party. Long story short, here I am. And I'm extremely pleased to be here. Never did I think that a political party would so embrace agriculture and be prepared to do it in the most unconventional of spaces. I had a little walk around Hell Yard of Phase 4 here in Beetham, and the amount of potential space and the degree of creativity and potentially, we have enough space and lanes alongside roads inside the highway for a number of similar hydroponic units that you will shortly see. But also grow boxes, fence lines, hanging gardens, things that probably traditionally, if done in traditional agriculture, would probably be done on about 2 acres of land. Using tomatoes as an example, and using an estimate of square foot per plant, with a combination of different planting strategies, I can easily see 5,000 plants, each producing 10 kilograms of produce at $10 a kilogram wholesale price from this area. And I'm telling you, I'm not telling you to produce tomatoes, but once the skill is built, you can plant anything that interests you or that can be more profitable. In Europe, there's a law that is utilized to help farmers protect their brand. It's called the PDO scheme, where products are associated with their production and geographical location. And we have similar opportunities to develop the same here. We have world-famous Trinidad cocoa and peppers. But more than that, they are specific to areas. So we have the world-famous Grand Couva cocoa and Moruga hot peppers. And I see no reason at all that Beetham can't have their own specialty agricultural produce. And we now certainly believe in the empowerment of families and communities. And empowerment means something. It means deriving power. And power will only be realized when that community itself owns the production, the promotion, and the profits of their endeavor. The interesting thing too is that Beetham can truly have a diverse and unique output, as there are composting opportunities, plastic recycling, and so on. And I'm certain that this also is a sporting hotbed. In my 2 visits here, I've played cricket, football, and basketball with some of the youths. And while watching in the same basketball ground, I also sat next to a young man composing his own music. I'm really excited to be here. Now is really excited to be here, and I'm anxious that we can work with you to create meaningful and tangible opportunities with you in agriculture and elsewhere. And I'm really hopeful that you accept our proposal and engage in a marriage with us to work together, develop ideas together, and shape the way we represent you in the future. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, John Borley, our chairperson. I would just like to mention that NOW's vision for Trinidad and Tobago is to create a country where every single citizen is empowered to own their future. And that is the mission that we are putting forth in Beetham Gardens and that we intend to put forth in the rest of the Laventille West constituency. We are encouraging these members of the community to own their financial opportunity through our hydroponic system. I would just like to invite a member of this community, Ms. Wintris, to speak on behalf of our political leader, Kirk Waithe.
Hi, good morning, everyone. As you heard my name is Wintris Stewart. Can I stand here? Okay. Okay, my name is Wintris Stewart, and I'm invited to speak a little on Kirk. I know Kirk about 15 to 16 years now, down in this area. And you know, we had a group, and we were going around with the youths, the little children in the community, And we used to clean the community, you know, weed out grass. We used to take up all stuff from the basketball court right all around. Until after a while, I don't know what happened. A lot of people just, you know, they was against it. And I thank God again for bringing back Kirk, because Kirk is not just Kirk. Kirk is a gentleman. He is also a helper. He's a listener, and he's everything that we expect him to be. And I am thanking God for him again, for bringing him around this area. And I'm speaking out to the neighborhood now. Let us welcome him. Let us love him. Because he's an understanding person. He's a listening person. He's everything. He's not just let us say he's not a politician now, but he's a down-to-earth person, and he will listen and he will help anyone. Anyone could go to him for help, and he will help. And he's a caring person and a gentleman. So we must now caress him. Now is the time. The time is right now. Let us caress him, and let us, have him as one of us, right? And in this community, we want to see changes in the community. The young men, the little children, and everyone. We need a lot of caring people in this community to help the community. So I want to thank him for coming again, and may God bless him.
Thank you so much, Ms. Winters. And on that note, I would like to take this opportunity to invite Mr. Kirk Waithe himself to address you, the community, and all of this constituency. Kirk?
Good morning. Do I need the mic? Yeah. I do. Okay, cool. Well, sorry. Well, good morning. All you tell me good morning back over. It's that good? Cool. Good morning, Beetham Gardens and all of Laventille West. I come today seeking permission from you and all constituents of this Laventille West to represent you in our parliament after August 10th, 2020. Don't do it. That's what plenty of people tell me. Don't do it, Kirk. You're running against decades of P&M voting, against people who were born in the Balizé. That's exactly the reason I'm here. Because you can no longer go on doing the same thing and expect different results. Here, right here in Beetham, throughout Beetham and all of Laventille West, you sit within shouting distance of Port of Spain, where the gleaming glass towers strive to the heavens. And what have you, the people of Laventille West, to show for it? Here you stand, earshot of the Red House. And who has heard your strident voice over the years? Here you lie, merely miles from the desk where hands with strokes of gold pens sent hundreds of billions of dollars to their resting places. And what place have you been offered at the table? Beetham Gardens and Laventille West. We are too rich in dollars to be so poor in vision. I am Kirk Waithe, husband to an amazing wife, father of 3 brilliant daughters and 1 beautiful son. And I had to tell all of this. My son is not last, because people think I was just going until I get a boy. He's the 3rd. I am Kirk Waithe, a businessman. I'm Kirk Waithe of Arrival Live and Fixing TNT, who spent years lobbying for the introduction of the breathalyzer and other traffic laws, and have derived satisfaction from seeing the road fatality numbers fall. At times over the decades, however, I've been irate, stirred to indignation by the bubbling waters that from time to time have backed into your homes, reversing like people returning home after midnight. I have been distressed that citizens have been unable to get reasonable answers from those in authority as to how and why three men, Joel Jacobs, Noel Diamond, and Israel Clinton, surrounded with police bristling with weaponry, would dare to dip for a gun that is yet to be produced. Damn vex that a commissioner of police would so cavalierly sling around a term like cockroaches and then sit back and wait for a war. I've been upset that a pregnant woman, Ornella Graves, could be cut down by a bullet that no one in authority seems willing to trace its wicked source. Beetham Gardens, Laventille West. We're too rich in ingenuity to be so poor in judgment. The same thing over and over. Asking all you ain't tired? All you ain't bun? I am here with you to change the view of Laventille West. No longer should you have to leave your address out of job applications. No longer should you have to cower from those who use your name, the name of your community, as a big stone to run you with it. I first came to Beetham, as Ms. Winthrop said, more than 15 years ago. I knew many of the young men and women here when they were boys and girls. Based on my positive experiences here, I'm offering you a partial vision for the constituency of Laventille West, a constituency blessed with musical creativity that has taken flight and spanned the globe in the sweet sound of pan from Tokyo to Toronto. A constituency blessed with athletes who have represented us on the international stage. A constituency blessed with you, heroes who have, in the face of many challenges, raised families and educated children. I want you to imagine the power of a united Laventille West. I want you to imagine the power of a united Laventille West, undivided by destructive allegiances. I want you to imagine with me a Laventille West whose educational opportunities make the rest of the nation envious. Here are just a few plans for the future we envision. See Laventille West becoming a food basket. See Laventille West becoming a food basket that produces high quality produce in hydroponic systems like the one you'll see right after, the one that we set up right here this week in Phase 4 Beetham Gardens. I will lobby hard for tax breaks for businesses that move into this constituency, the constituency of Laventille West, that bring jobs. But more than that, we will work together to nurture the brilliance in Laventille West, to create real opportunities for our youth in entrepreneurship, in agriculture, sports, arts, science, and much more. Laventille West must become relevant in our electoral process. Laventille West must become relevant in our electoral process. You must never again be taken for granted. You must not fall, don't fall for the same old tricks. A t-shirt with some money wrapped up in it, a flag, a box of food. I want you to imagine what might happen if you put a representative in Parliament who vocally and continuously advocates for Laventillians. I will vocally and continuously advocate for Laventillians. Rather than what you've had in the past, representatives towing a party line for parties that exclude you right after they've used you. We're too rich in vision, Beetham Gardens and Laventille West, to be so poor in execution. Give me, I'm asking you, give me a seat in the Parliament of our Trinidad and Tobago. Channel your voice through me. Together we can alleviate your security concerns. Together we can chart a path to civility and cordial relations with our police, who we pay to protect and serve. Who we pay to protect and serve all of us. We're too rich Laventille West, to be so poor. The time for change is now. My service to you started years ago right here in Beetham Gardens. My service to the rest of Laventille West starts today. It starts now. The climb will be steep, just like the hills of Laventille. But like Rudolph Charles, the man with the hammer, we will climb. Climb we will. I am your humble servant, Kirk Waithe. Your time, my time, our time is now. I thank you.
We would just like to take this opportunity to thank you. To thank you all for being willing and being open to beginning this journey with us. A journey towards allowing us to help you to be empowered to own your future, to own your destiny, to own your life, and to own your country. And symbolically, we would like to ask members of the community to help us plant the first seed in the hydroponic system that we have built. By planting this first seed, this is us showing you that we are here to stay. We are here for the long run, and we are here to watch both you and those seeds flourish and grow into something bountiful, into something profitable, and into something fruitful. We are here for you, Laventille West. And we are here and we start now. So we just ask that you all turn your attention to our beautiful hydroponic system that has been built by both members of our NOW team and the Beetham community.